Hello, BookTube. I have a quick tag for you today, and it's one of those examples where sometimes you do a tag because you want to vent, and other times you do a tag mainly because you want to see other people do it. And this is one of the latter for me. I saw it on Julian Greystoke's channel. It's called the Behind the BookTube Tag. I wasn't tagged because, of course, nobody tags me anymore in anything because I smell. But it's mostly technical, and so it will be quick for me, but it will be extra fascinating for me to hear for others. So we'll get right started here with number one. What kind of camera do you use? I use my little iPhone, my iPhone 5. I've used my iPad and I've used my MacBook Pro. Both develop problems, whereas the iPhone 5 is so easy. It can be put anywhere. The resolution seems to be sharp. The uploading process seems to be painless. I don't know. I am kind of sold on the little thing. I think it's a marvel anyway. Question number two. Do you use additional equipment, a tripod, a mic, etc.? No. I was originally planning on getting a little, a quick $10 or $12 microphone for the iPhone, because the one problem I've had is that the volume on my uploads is low. People constantly saying they have to listen to it, right by their ear or whatnot. And a little microphone would fix that. And I was about to do that, and then I realized, well, the volume might be better if I film on my MacBook. So I did, and it was. But then the MacBook stopped uploading videos, and I've researched the heck out of error 60 and error 50 reports, and it seems like more trouble than it's worth to fix. It seems very badly glitchy, so I don't think it's just me. A lot of people seem to be having problems with those kinds of errors. But anyway, so I switched back to the iPhone, and now I do think I need a little microphone to fix the volume. Question number three, scripted or spontaneous? How do you plan what you're going to say? I don't script, but I'm not spontaneous either. You need a spine for your video. You need to know what you're going to say, and the rough order you're going to say it in, and the emphases and where you're going to lay them. You can digress, you can extrapolate, but if you don't know what you're going to say when you turn on the camera, why should anyone pay attention? I mean, it's just rambling then. I don't know. I've seen countless billions of BookTube videos, and I've seen all examples of each kind, and I always prefer it when I get a sense that the BookTuber at least hatched out a rough idea of what they wanted to say before they got on camera. So that's what I tend to do. And it helps that a lot of times you have to collect books, which just inherently means collecting your thoughts on books. So that sort of helps. Question number four, how many takes do you do when filming? The only time I would ever reshoot part of a video that I would start over again would be if street traffic noises, fire engines, sirens, that sort of thing, suddenly got so bad that they intruded on the video. And I don't even know if that's true, because I'm so used to them that I wouldn't doubt, if I look back at my videos, I wouldn't doubt if there were sirens and fire engines in them that I just didn't hear. Other than that, it's all one take, baby. Question number five, if you use music, where do you find it? I don't use music. The only time that you'll ever hear on this channel will be me singing. Question number six, how do you make your thumbnails? Until this question, I had no idea that you could make a thumbnail. And I should have known, because so many of your channels, when I watch them, when they show up on my subscription feed, they have what is clearly a custom-made thumbnail. Wish I knew how to do that. Sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't make my thumbnails. I pick the one of the three that Google provides, usually the one where I'm not blinking. Question number seven, what do you use to edit your videos? I don't edit my videos. Can you imagine what they would be like if I did? I have seen some of you edit the middle of a word, not a sentence, not a thought, but a word. So you were happy when you were editing, in the editing process, you were happy with the way the word contingency started. The part you liked. But then the rest of it you weren't happy with, so you edit that. And there's a jump cut in the middle of the word contingency. No, I'm not sure that I would edit even if I knew how to do it. It strikes me as the first step down a path towards being fake, towards having an obstacle between you and your viewers, until finally you get to the point where you've got YouTubers and even some booktubers doing that whole, maniac routine in front of the camera. What's up, BookTube? How's it going? I've got a great video for you today. I love it. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Nobody acts that way in real life. It's downright alarming in some cases. No, again, as I say, even if I were to learn how to edit, I don't think I would do it. Let's see here. Question number 8. We're almost done. This ranting is almost over. Question number 8. Any tips, tricks, or hacks for filming or editing? I have no tricks, tips, or hacks for editing. And for filming, precious little. Of course, I don't have any technical expertise. Only on the aesthetic side of filming, the ideological side of filming. And that's what I mentioned earlier. Kind of sort of know what you're going to say. And kind of sort of be prepared. At least minimally. If there's one thing that drives me crazy, it's somebody who writes out questions for, let's say, a tag, sets up their camera, sets up their tripod, sets up their lighting, knows their time, knows what they're going to do. All that forethought, gets in front of the camera, 5 minutes in, they're saying, yeah, and one book I remember in high school reading and really liking was a Russian novel called A Hero for Our Time. I don't remember who wrote it. I don't remember whose translation I read. When these things are literally a fifth of a second of effort to determine. But not only did you not take that fifth of a second before you started the video, even though you had to know you were going to need that information, but you who are so fond of jump cuts and editing and multiple takes didn't redo it so that you have that information in the video. That drives me nuts. Be a little prepared. If you're going to talk about things, know what they are, or have them within easy hands reach. But that's just me. And question number 9, this is the last question. In your opinion, what makes a good video from a production standpoint? I've seen this. A lot of people have commented that, especially a lot of how-to booktube comments from much bigger booktubers that I've watched over the years. They all hit the same note on this. They all say, if your production quality is good, it's a sign of respect for your viewers. You should strive for the best production quality you can. Don't break the bank, but make sure everything's clean and neat and in focus and well lit and that sort of thing. At the time that I watched all those, I thought, well, isn't that rather exclusive? I mean, is a brand newcomer, for instance, almost someone like me, seeing that, aren't they going to think, well, it's outside of my game, I'll just watch, I won't participate. But then I also think about some of the booktubers, especially new booktubers that I've seen, where they're sitting at a table and the camera's looking up their nostril hair and there's no lighting at all and the TV is on in the background. I want to say, well, okay, you don't need expensive cameras or lights, but for God's sake, you're putting on a show for an audience. Maybe it's just all the exposure I've had to musical theater over the years, but if you're putting on a show for an audience, clean it up a bit for the audience. Make sure you're aware of what they're seeing. But that might, a lot of people might consider that very rich, considering how amateurish my own videos look. So I'll drop it. And that's it. That is the Behind the BookTube tag. And this is one of those cases where I want to tag. I literally do want to tag everybody because I want the answers to all of these things, especially the ones that 9/10 of them I had no input on. I want to hear them all. I listed Miranda Hayes, Adam at Memento Mori, the young ladies at the restricted section, Petra, and Very Pragmatic, Reading with Pugs, and everybody else. But those are just the names off the top of my head. But everybody else, I'd love to hear, how do you do BookTube? It always fascinates me when we talk about these things, especially now that I'm doing it. But that's it. That's just a quick technical tag for you. I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.